When the neonatologist and my primary nurse entered the room, the look on their face told me everything. Shortly after little Keith was born, I was advised of the complications with his lungs. They were literally puffing air into his lungs manually by hand because he would not go on any type of ventilator.
At that point, we were really scared because we didn't know what was actually going on there. She wouldn't tell us the whole story until we got in there that night and they plugged in that last respirator.
And the neonatologist literally held her fingers like this, and his saturations went up.
Yeah, everyone there started high-fiving and everything.
It was just a wonderful moment at that point.
And we pulled through.
However, the journey wasn't over. It was very overwhelming coming home, and nothing prepares you for that. Even when they give you all the lessons and they're there, now you're on your own.
A premature baby carries high risk once they're discharged home. They often have many additional needs that normal newborn babies don't have. My name is Amy Smith, and I'm a senior nurse case manager. I work specifically with neonatal and pediatric patients. Once they get discharged home, the parents feel like they're left with nobody, so we as a case manager can step in to help them. And so the first step I took with her was to get a nurse into her house. They needed some education on medication, so I provided information via email with resources.
One of the biggest attributes that she gave us was helping us with the bags that are needed to run the feeding pump.
He had feeding tube bags for his feedings. They could only get one per day.
I would have to rinse the bags the best that I could and reuse those bags over and over and over again.
I was able to get 5 feeding tube bags approved a day for him.
About 2 weeks after little Keith came home and we're settling into a routine, my husband, Big Keith, had a stroke.
Mom called me very panicked, not sure what to do, how to take care of little Keith and be at the hospital to take care of Big Keith too.
Amy once again sprang into action. That was the biggest wow moment that I can remember. It was such a load off of our back to know that Amy cared that much to help us and to be on our side.
I usually talk to her at least weekly, sometimes twice a week, to make sure little Keith was doing okay and that everything was being met for Big Keith too.
She just became more like family to me, where I looked forward to her phone call. We finally started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's brought us to this point where we can finally breathe easy now.
Teresa sends me pictures of little Keith here and there, but I've never physically gotten to see him.
And I am so very excited to finally be getting the opportunity to come face to face with someone who has just become such a great friend.
It's so good to finally meet you.
You're too patient.
That's right.
You say hello. Little Keith is doing great. He just celebrated his first birthday.
The best part of my job is moments when you hear his weight's doing well, his oxygen's been cut down, he's off of a medication now. It makes you feel very good inside, rewarded that, you are helping and he is getting better. He looks great.
Amy's contribution to this family is priceless. I could tell that she sincerely cared about little Keith as well as Big Keith's well-being. There was never a time that she called and it was just business only. It was always personalized. How are they doing? How are you handling all of this? And I know she knows how much she's helped us. Even though she just said she's doing her job, she went above and beyond doing her job. She really enjoys what she does, and it shows. It shows.
Good job.